So what happened this week with Stefon Diggs really pisses me off. And I did not expect to get this invested. I'll be honest, I got obsessed. I got locked into this trial. And what happened to him is a really big issue in the justice system. And I'm not even remotely exaggerating, because in this case, Mila Adams, who accused him of assault, heinous things, came into that courtroom with zero evidence. And I mean zero. I watched
Stefon Diggs being found not guilty has completely reignited internet chaos. And now media personality Kayce Smith is stepping directly into the fire with comments that have the internet spiraling all over again. Because according to what people are saying online, this situation stopped being just about Diggs the second the verdict came down. Now the conversation has allegedly become much bigger about accusations, public opinion, reputation damage, and whether the justice system handles celebrity cases fairly at all. And Kayce Smith? She didn't stay quiet. Word on the street is, Kayce reacted publicly after the verdict and reportedly argued that the case exposed what she called a bigger issue inside the justice system. She also allegedly suggested there should be consequences when serious accusations are made but don't lead to proof in court. And immediately, social media exploded. Because anytime somebody says there should be accountability for accusations, especially in a celebrity case, the internet instantly divides into sides. And that's exactly what happened here. But what fans notice next is where things really get interesting. The conversation stopped being about facts and started becoming emotional, because some people believe Diggs was unfairly judged before the verdicts even arrived. They're saying his reputation allegedly took damage the second headlines started circulating, long before any legal conclusion happened. Fans defending him are arguing that once somebody becomes the center of a public accusation, especially a famous athlete, the internet often treats them like they're already guilty. And according to supporters, that's dangerous, especially in the age of viral narratives and instant reactions. But the best moments don't end there, because look at what happened next. Another side of the internet pushed back immediately, hard. Some fans reportedly felt Kayce Smith's comments shifted too much focus onto the accused rather than the seriousness of allegations themselves. Others argued that cases involving celebrities are already complicated enough without social media turning them into public trials. And suddenly, the entire situation evolved into a massive culture debate, not just about Stefon Diggs, about accountability itself. Because people aren't only discussing the verdict anymore, they're discussing perception, they're discussing influence, they're discussing whether celebrity status changes the way people process accusations altogether. And honestly, that's why this story keeps growing. But what fans notice next is where things really get interesting: the role of public image. Because fans believe athletes like Diggs operate inside an industry machinery built around branding, sponsorships, and reputation management. One headline can allegedly impact endorsements, locker room dynamics, fan loyalty, and media narratives overnight, even if somebody is cleared later. And supporters of Diggs are saying that's exactly the problem. They believe the damage can happen before a courtroom even speaks, that once the internet locks onto a storyline, it rarely fully lets go. And in celebrity culture, that's absolutely true. But the best moments don't end there, because look at what happened next. People began revisiting older conversations involving celebrity accusations and public trials. Timelines were resurfaced. Old tweets got reposted. Fans started comparing this situation to other high-profile cases where public opinion allegedly moved faster than actual evidence. And that reopened another massive debate. Should public accusations carry consequences if allegations aren't proven? Or does focusing on that discourage real victims from speaking up? That tension, it's exactly why the internet is spiraling right now, because there's no easy answer, and everybody feels strongly about it. But what fans noticed next is where things really get interesting. Kayce Smith herself became part of the story, because instead of people only reacting to Diggs, fans started dissecting her wording, her intentions, and why she decided to speak publicly at all. Some fans praised her for saying what others are afraid to say. Others accused her of oversimplifying a complicated issue. And once that happened, the attention shifted again. Now people weren't just debating the verdict, they were debating the reaction to the verdict. That's how fast celebrity discourse moves online. One headline creates 10 more. But the best moments don't end there, because look at what happened next. Silence from Diggs himself reportedly became another talking point, because while the internet argued nonstop, fans noticed Diggs allegedly wasn't heavily feeding the conversation publicly. And in celebrity culture, silence often becomes strategic. Some fans think he's protecting his image quietly behind the scenes. Others think he's letting the verdict speak for itself. And honestly, that silence may actually be working in his favor, because while everybody else debates, he avoids adding more fuel to the fire. But what fans notice next is where things really get interesting: the gender conversation. Because some fans are now saying this case reflects a larger issue involving how men and women are discussed online after allegations surface. One side says false accusations can destroy lives permanently. The other side says people already hesitate to come forward because of public backlash. And that clash, it's uncomfortable, messy, emotional. Exactly the kind of topic social media turns into nonstop warfare, especially when celebrities are involved. Because once fame enters the picture, nuance usually disappears fast. Everything becomes teams, everything becomes narratives, everything becomes viral content. And right now, people believe this story has evolved far beyond